On a lonely stretch of highway, far from any town or civilization, stood a gas station that had long been forgotten by time. Its sign, once brightly lit, now flickered with only a few broken bulbs. The paint on the walls peeled away, revealing a hauntingly decayed facade. The Midnight Refinery, as it was once known, was now a ghostly shell of its former self. Legend had it that decades ago, the gas station had been the center of a series of gruesome murders. A deranged killer had preyed upon unsuspecting travelers, luring them in with the promise of fuel and food before butchering them in cold blood. The stories of the Midnight Refinery spread like wildfire, and soon it became a place that no one dared to visit, except for the bravest souls who sought the thrill of uncovering its dark secrets. One stormy night, a group of friends on a road trip decided to challenge fate and visit the infamous Midnight Refinery. Their names were Alex, Sarah, Mike, and Emma. Excitement and nervousness filled the air as they approached the decaying gas station, its rusted pumps looming like specters in the dim moonlight. "I can't believe we're doing this," Sarah said, her voice trembling with apprehension. "Do you think the stories are true?" "Oh, come on, Sarah. It is all just urban legends and ghost stories," Mike replied, trying to sound brave. But Alex, the most level-headed of the group, felt an eerie sensation crawling up his spine. He couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching them from the darkness. As they stepped out of their car, the wind howled and raindrops splattered against their faces. The station's broken windows rattled in the gusts, sounding like mournful cries. Unfazed, Emma took out her phone and snapped a selfie, trying to capture the chilling atmosphere. The group ventured inside the station's convenience store, and the smell of mildew and decay enveloped them. Shelves were cluttered with dust-covered items, expired snacks, and faded magazines. The cash register sat abandoned, empty and forgotten. As they explored further, Emma noticed a strange symbol etched into the floor near the counter, a twisted and sinister pattern reminiscent of occult markings. She felt a chill run down her spine and called the others over to examine it. "I've seen this symbol before," Emma whispered. "It is associated with dark rituals and malevolent spirits." "Emma, don't start with your ghost stories now," Mike scoffed, trying to hide his unease. Ignoring him, Emma traced the symbol with her finger, and suddenly, the lights flickered. The group exchanged nervous glances as the symbol seemed to pulse with an eerie glow. "I think we should leave," Alex suggested, his voice trembling. "No way, this is why we came here to experience something spooky," Sarah chimed in, her fear masked by an adventurous spirit. As they continued exploring, they stumbled upon an old, weathered journal hidden beneath a pile of debris. Its pages were filled with faded handwriting, detailing the station's dark past and the horrors that had unfolded within its walls. Reading the chilling accounts, they learned about the killer who had once lurked here, preying upon unsuspecting travelers. The journal spoke of strange occurrences, doors slamming shut on their own, and haunting cries echoing through the night. The group felt a wave of terror wash over them, but the journal entries also hinted at the possibility of escaping the curse if they followed the instructions in the final entry. The last entry spoke of a ritual that could appease the malevolent spirits and lift the curse from the Midnight Refinery. It required performing a series of incantations at the stroke of midnight and offering a symbolic sacrifice to the spirits of the victims. With a mix of fear and determination, they decided to attempt the ritual in hopes of freeing the gas station from its dark past. They gathered what they needed: candles, salt, and a small figurine to represent the sacrifice. As midnight approached, they huddled together in the center of the gas station's main room. The air felt heavy with anticipation, and the wind outside howled with an eerie intensity. Emma began reciting the incantation from the journal while Alex placed the figurine on the symbol they had found earlier. As the final words left Emma's lips, the station seemed to come alive with a malevolent energy. Suddenly, the candles flickered, and a cold gust of wind swept through the room, extinguishing the flames. The group gasped as the symbol on the floor glowed brighter and brighter, forming a spectral portal. From the depths of the portal emerged shadowy figures, apparitions of the long-deceased victims. Their hollow eyes bore into the souls of the group, and the air crackled with electricity. Emma and Alex exchanged worried glances, unsure if they had made a terrible mistake. The apparitions approached the figurine representing the sacrifice, and the atmosphere grew tense. Then, unexpectedly, the apparitions began to wail, their cries filled with sorrow and anguish. The group realized that these spirits were not malevolent. They were trapped and tormented, seeking release from their eternal suffering. "Set them free," Sarah cried, her voice shaking with emotion. "We have to help them find peace." In a bold act of compassion, Alex stepped forward, offering himself as the symbolic sacrifice. He placed his hand on the figurine, and a blinding light enveloped the guest station. For a moment, time seemed to stand still. When the light subsided, the apparitions vanished, leaving behind a sense of tranquility and closure. The guest station felt lighter, as if the weight of the curse had been lifted. As dawn broke on the horizon, the group stepped outside and witnessed the once decaying guest station now appearing somewhat restored. The paint was fresh, and the broken windows had been repaired. The Midnight Refinery seemed almost welcoming, as if it was grateful for their act of kindness. From that day forward, the stories about the Midnight Refinery changed. Instead of being a place of horror and despair, it became known as a place of redemption, a guest station that had found peace with the help of a brave group of friends. And so, the legend of the Midnight Refinery lived on, a tale of darkness and redemption, reminding everyone that even in the most haunted of places, a glimmer of hope could still shine through.